to another episode of the C-List Villains Podcast. I am your host, AJ the Comic Collector. I'm here with E-Man, Luke, and once again, Red. Guys, how are you guys doing tonight?
Hey, doing good.
Hey, doing good. How's everyone doing?
I got malfunction. Yeah, you're malfunctioning.
You had a malfunction. You are a malfunction.
Well, thank you.
You're malfunctioned.
We're here to fix you.
Johnny Five, stay alive!
There's no fixing Red, just to let you know, Luke. There's no.
Yes. I'm like Reed Richards. I never give up.
There you go. No, never give up on Red. Never give up. Hashtag never give up on Red. We haven't.
Okay.
That'll be one of our shirts, I guess. Yeah.
We haven't.
What was one thing you said like a couple years ago? Don't always count on black, never bet on red, or some shit like that. I can't remember what it was because I pissed off one of our friends for not showing up to her birthday party.
Never bet on Red. Never. And it's funny that term is funny to us, Luke, also because we have another friend and his nickname is Black, and since we have Black and Red, it's a very always bet on Black, never bet on Red type of thing.
That's
Thank you.
Pretty awesome.
But we love Red. We always love Red. We've never stopped loving Red. We love Red.
Thanks, assholes.
Have you guys seen that movie Hot Tub Time Machine? You remember that scene where he goes to the hospital and he's like, okay, well, he doesn't have any family. He's like that asshole, but he's our asshole. That's Red. He's our asshole.
Oh, yeah. I guess I am.
All right, guys, let's get to the task on hand. First off, I wanted to announce the winner of the books that we had about 2 weeks ago. Luke, can you remind us what those books were, please?
Yes, we had a Monster Check 1 2 EC book. It was a reprint, but it was still a cool one. And then also an ASM 666.
All right, there you go. So the Instagram winner is Lunchbox. So Lunchbox, send us a message on the Instagram at C-List Villains and give us your address, and we'll get that out to you.
Congratulations to Lunchbox.
And I wanted to throw in one other thing. Last week, we were talking about books to read. One book that I forgot to mention, and it's only been 2 issues, Strange Academy. So if anyone wants to pick up something that's just started, pick up those first 2 issues and see if you like it. Now, try not to get the first prints because they are going for a pretty penny. So try to get...
Or if you can afford it, go ahead and get those first prints because they are a pretty penny. Hey, why not? I have money to spend. I got it like that, you know.
Yeah, wait for the trade.
Yeah, I guess. But if you want to read it, I would try to get later prints to read them. And then if you like it, then get the first print to collect it.
Life advice from AJC. We are life coaches.
We're life coaches. We are also the #1 comic book podcast, certified, everyone.
So we're not certified. We're not certified.
Certified #1 comic book podcast.
Certified by us.
We're certified by us.
Our own blue check.
Yes, but we're not really certified.
Okay, so for tonight's topic, guys, what I wanted to talk about is the influx of new characters coming from Marvel and DC. Now, as we all know, Marvel and DC has been coming out with a bunch of new characters. On the DC side, Punchline, Underbroker, Clown Hunter, Robin King. On the Marvel side, Codex, Virus, Black Winter, essentially all the characters from Strange Academy. So this is all pretty much within the past 2 years, I would say. My question for you guys is, do you guys think this is good, or would you rather have them focus on past characters and keep using those older characters that we've already known and are familiar with? Or do you guys like the fact that they're creating new characters, new storylines for these new characters? Are all these characters all flashes in the pan, or do you think any of them will stick? Red, what are your thoughts?
Oh, shoot. New characters in a pretty big universe. I think there's room for that there. I mean, it's like real life where there's new people born every day. Why not new characters in the Marvel universe? There's plenty of room. I mean, it's nice to bring back older characters, but the new characters will, if they create some kind of new, fresh storyline, I'm all for it.
I know that you haven't been keeping up too much on the Batman and Venom storylines, but from the little knowledge that you do have, are there any characters that stick out to you that have appealed to you?
None at the moment.
But you're all for it then, correct?
I'm all for it.
All right.
Hey, Red, let me ask you this. Are there any new characters that have captured your imagination or that you've gravitated to in the last couple of years?
Shoot. It could be... Nah, nobody.
Let me think. No one. All right, you just like reading the story, and then we move on.
They've all been pretty vanilla. I mean, even when you think about Punchline and Black Winter, for the most recent, I mean, we're talking recent,
Right.
3 months. Punchline being DC's, and Black Winter being Marvel's, and they're pretty vanilla so far. I mean, they've already killed off Black Winter. That's not really a spoiler since it was now 2 issues ago in Thor number 6. And Punchline, I mean, I don't really know if they're doing right by the character yet, or if they're still developing her. But we're 10 issues in now in Batman, and it's still it still seems to be she's not really making that much of an impact.
Now, do you think any of them can actually stick, or within the next, let's say, 2 or 3 years, we're going to forget about all these characters?
Well, that's what we all said about Null, in 2018. None of us thought Null would be around long term. Well, I shouldn't say none of us. There are a few. I know I sold all of my Venom 3s at $30 a pop. I had 15 copies. I sold them all for $30 each and cashed out. So a lot of us thought that Null was a fad, and Null is not a fad.
No.
Was it early? Was that like a few months after it was released that you sold it?
2019, probably September a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it just blew up just recently, too.
Really
I mean,
recently.
Yeah, I mean, a story to tell about that is I ordered 10 copies of Venom 3 third print. And for like the longest time, I'm like, oh shit, I think no one's going to buy these books. And I remember posting them on Facebook, posting them on Instagram. For that third print, I was like, $7, guys, $7 plus shipping.
I'll take
no
that.
one wanted them.
Hey,
Nobody
AJ, I'll take it.
Too late,
$7.
bro.
I'll
Too late. Too late.
As a,
Ship
you know,
is
as a
Come
member,
on.
Yeah.
as a member of the
discount.
C-List Villains podcast, I'll take that as $7 plus.
No one wanted it, and then all of a sudden, it was literally like overnight. It just ballooned to like close to an $800 book graded. I mean, it's amazing how that character is blown up, and I really feel as though I don't know what type of influence Donny Cates has right now in Marvel, but they've made him, on par as far as like his abilities and strengths. He's on, I guess you could say, Thanos level as far as the destruction that he can bring upon all the heroes.
If you bring in a good writer, I mean, that's gonna be, I guess, to control the whole rest of the universe around that office. I guess if he has some great ideas, everybody's gonna go run with it and then split off and expand on that idea. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, Donny Cates blew up on the Marvel side with his Thanos run, where he introduced the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and that 6-issue arc that he did, it was actually a very good read. It's pretty much the future of the Marvel universe on his perspective, and that I read that and I was like, that was really good. It really was good. And then when he did Venom, it went to a whole nother level.
You think he's at a Stanley level kind of writer?
Well, okay.
Whoa.
I mean,
hold on. There's a lot of work that needs to be put into that.
He's already making characters. He's
No,
making new characters.
but he's
and-
not making characters that have made a huge cultural impact, like a Spider-Man, like an X-Men, where they have other meaning behind their creation other than them than them being characters in a comic book. There was things going on during Stan's time that needed to be told in such a way that, hey, look, let's go ahead and, this is a big topic. Let's go ahead and bring up racism and stuff like that. So, I mean, Donnie hasn't done anything on a cultural level like that just yet. He's made a huge impact in comics, but he hasn't made an impact like how Stan Lee did back in the day when he wrote.
So he's not at that level yet, but he's rising to it, right? With his new fresh stories and taking old stories.
He's the superstar right now.
Here's the thing.
He's the flavor of the month.
There's been a lot of writers who I thought were going to take that mantle. For the longest time, I thought it was going to be Robert Kirkman. I thought Robert Kirkman was going to be the next Stan Lee.
But why not Brian Michael Bendis?
I was thinking Bendis.
He has his writing, and people's opinions on him are very polarizing, though, because some people love his writing, some people hate his writing. So,
so he's like the Shaq or the Michael Jordan. He's loved and hated, but he's great.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
good analogy.
Reading Bendis books, there is a lot of talking, and sometimes there is like 3 or 4 issues of like they're trying to figure out what to do, and then that 4th or 5th issue is when they finally take action upon that. If there's anyone who might be on the level of Stan Lee, it could be McFarlane, because he's on that level of superstardom where everyone loves him. Granted, he hasn't created the amount of characters that Stan has. If he really pushed his company and created a vast amount of characters in his Spawn universe, I mean, he's still got time, But, I mean, obviously that's a subject for another time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to I guess, hurdle the man called Stan Lee. But I think those guys can do it, but with their fresh storytelling.
Yeah.
So going into the whole new character thing, it has to be written well, because you can bring in new characters. There's new characters being created every day on different indie labels, and are they having a major impact? There's new characters constantly being created outside of the big two. Is it going to hurt or help? Honestly, it's really up to the writer and how us as comic book readers are going to take that.
Just a general question on this then. Is this a good thing, or would you rather have them focus on past characters? I mean, Red's given his opinion. What's yours, E-Man?
I'm indifferent.
Okay.
It sucks to say. I'm sure someone out there kind of wants to hear an opinion, but I'm indifferent.
I have a strong opinion. I'll give you mine after everyone else.
Well, I hope so, man. Yeah. This is your show. You're supposed to give us a strong opinion, AJ. But I'm indifferent, because it could be good because it draws more people to that comic book, but it could be bad because people are going to be like, you know what? I just didn't care. I didn't understand why I read it. I don't like this writer. I'm moving on. Gotcha. So that's why I'm saying, like, it really all depends on the writer.
Luke, do you think it's good, or would you rather have them focus on past characters?
I think it's good for comics overall, but it definitely waters down the playing field.
Could you elaborate on how you feel that?
Well, if they're bringing in a lot of new characters, then they're spending less time strengthening the old characters. And
okay, I see that. Yeah.
Like a good example would be today's, or I don't know if it's today or this week's Immortal She-Hulk #1 came out by Al Ewing. Really, really great. I mean, it was probably my favorite read of the week. Granted, I'm a huge Al Ewing fan, but that book is a fantastic read. And obviously Jennifer Walters, old character, she's been around for a long time. It was really the most entertaining read of the week for me. No new characters. She has a great interaction with Wolverine and a great interaction with Thor. And that's it. There's a spoiler at the end, which I'm not going to give, with a different character. I don't want to give that spoiler because it changes a lot in the Marvel Universe.
Wow, okay. I saw it, but I passed on reading it. Now, is it a ongoing, or is it a miniseries? Do you know?
I believe it's going to be ongoing. Yeah, just like Immortal Hulk, but it's going to be Immortal She-Hulk.
Okay.
And they're both they're both written by Al Ewing, so but it does tie into Thor 6 and the death of Galactus, and Thor does have a conversation about that, and it's a good read. So they're tying it in.
Okay, cool. You said you're a fan of Elliot. Did you pick up the "We Only Find Them When They're Dead" from Boom, the one that me and E-Man had talked about?
I did. I have picked it up, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to.
Out of all these new characters, do you think any of them have any lasting chance?
I think Punchline's going to be here for the long term, and I think Black Winter is going to be here for the long term. I know he's dead, wink, wink, but I don't think he's a deity, so you can't kill a deity. I think he just went back to his plane of existence and then will reappear.
Right.
Yeah, there's no way Black Winter is actually dead. It's just like there's no way that Galactus is actually dead. They're not just going to leave Galactus,
Okay.
50 years of Marvel Comics down the drain in a Thor number 6 for 2020.
Here's my thoughts on Galactus, though. Now, we all know he's a powerhouse, but would it really, this is a character, when you really think about it, if he died, would it really affect a lot of storytelling, though?
It would with Surfer. With Silver Surfer, it would. They're so interconnected. I think that would probably affect a lot of storytelling.
Because I was kind of thinking, if he died and they kept him dead, it wouldn't affect too much of the Marvel Universe, except Silver Surfer, yes. But that could almost give him this new...
Well, and the irony is that he does show up in the new Fantastic Four. Now, is this a different plane or a different... So they're still using him? You know what I mean?
Different dimension, different timeline.
Yeah, they're using Fantastic Four number 2, Antithesis. He is in it. You'll have to go out and read what... But they're still using him. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. It could be events prior to Thor, but, who knows?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. E-Man, as far as new characters, flash in the pan, or any of them have longevity?
Most of them are going to be a flash in the pan. They're going to come and go. I don't see characters like Clown Killer sticking around. Underbroker, I don't think he's going to stick around. I want Wave to make a huge impact in Marvel just because she's Filipina. But again, there's just a lot of characters. So there's characters that have come. Most of them are going to go. The ones that are going to have the longevity are the ones that us fans are going to be wanting more of.
Yes.
Look at what happened with the Batman Who Laughs. He blew up and kept blowing up. And now
and that's just Bruce Wayne.
I just kind of want him to go away.
Yeah, it is just Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
It's just dark Bruce.
It's just a dark Bruce. Yeah.
They're all Bruce. Robin King, it's Bruce.
Luke's upset about that. See, can we consider him a new character, or are they working on an older character?
That's a great point. Is it a new character?
Is it a new character?
Bruce.
Or is it... But then again, that's just like saying, is like Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy. Is she technically a new character?
Yeah, she's a new Earth Gwen Stacy, not the ASM 30 Gwen Stacy.
Then we're gonna have to say that Batman Who Laughs is a new character, right? Based off of that logic. How many characters over the years have actually merged together to create a new character? So it's one of those things. You're asking, is there longevity? There's probably longevity in maybe about 5% of the new characters being created. Everyone else are gonna come and go.
There is,
Gotcha.
I've heard an interview of Jim Lee, and he does say that first appearance books have a much higher sell rate. They just do. And then they bring forth more printings. You know what I mean? So is it a cash grab? 100% it's a cash grab. And why not? They're a business. They have to stay afloat.
Yep.
If you know a book will go into 5th print if you put a first character into it, then you're probably going to start doing it a few more times.
It goes back to the writing, man. It goes back to, is it a good book to read? Like I said, if you can have 29 brand new characters, if I don't give a shit about any one of them, it's just not worth it. But you bring in one dark cloud deity and you make it sound good, heck yeah, man. I'm all about it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. My opinion on new characters, I am 100% for it. And I'll tell you why. Okay.
Tell us.
Spider-Man, then this new volume of Spider-Man 49, which is ASM 850 if you count all the issues together.
The
legacy numbers.
Yeah, legacy number. Yeah. The big thing is they're bringing back Green Goblin, right? They're bringing back Green Goblin. I'm like, when did he ever go? Like you see Green Goblin, like even if he's not in comic book storytelling, I don't need any more Green Goblin stories. That's the way I see it.
You've had it. You're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Why isn't he dead yet? Why is he still around? Get rid of him. Give me someone new.
Exactly.
It's pretty much what you're saying, right?
Yeah. And I think about when I compare like comic books to something like Japanese cartoons and manga, right?
Okay.
They don't bring back, I mean, they might bring back certain characters that are fan favorites, but they're not continuously bringing back the same bad guy over and over and over again. The heroes in all these mangas, they're always fighting a brand new baddie. There's always a brand new storyline. And I think that keeps readers fresh, because how many times do you need to know that Spider-Man's going to fight Green Goblin, or that Spider-Man's going to fight Doc Ock, right? We know that all their traits and their powers, and they all know how to get to Spider-Man's bad side. Right. And with Venom, I'm all for all these new characters that they're bringing in, because Venom doesn't have a rogues. Venom's been around for almost 30 years, right? In 30 years, he has not had his own rogues.
In fact, Venom started off as a bad guy, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
He was a bad guy. He was a nemesis.
But over the past 20 years, he's been an anti-hero.
40 years, 35 years. Venom.
Yeah, so I mean, he's been an anti-hero for how many years now, and he hasn't had a rogues. That's partly the reason why I stopped reading Miles Morales, because I was reading it and I'm like, he doesn't have like a set of enemies that he's got. They've only now just brought in what's her name, Starling, and I believe she was a bad guy at first, but now she's part of the champions, I think. I don't know that for sure, but Miles doesn't have a rogues. Now with Batman's been around forever. And yes, I could keep reading stories about him fighting the Joker because I love the Joker as a character. But I do like that Tinian is bringing in all these new characters because it feels fresh, does it not? It feels even with the art with Jorge Jimenez, it just feels like a fresh Batman. Even when I was reading the Tom King run, there were some highs, but there was a lot of like lows on that run, and I was like, I don't really need 12 issues about why Bane wants to destroy Batman, because we know he's always wanted to destroy Batman. I don't need to know this anymore, and that's why I'm all for bringing in all these new characters, because it does feel fresh. As far as the longevity, I think it's a question that doesn't have a strong answer to it, as far as will they be flashes in the pan? Like, for instance, Batman. Batman has a ton of sidekicks that pop in and out of the Batman mythos, right? So let's just say this kid, Clown Hunter, he may not be a flash in the pan per se, where he's going to be around all the time, but I'm sure that they'll use him every so often, maybe every other year. He'll pop up in some sort of storyline. The way I see it, and the way I hope that they're going to use him, is Clown Hunter and Red Hood do like some sort of like team up thing. Yeah. Because they're almost kind of like the same character in a way. They're willing to kill, but Red Hood he's embracing more of a good side, I guess.
Okay.
So hopefully, he'll see Clown Hunter and he'll be like, I see a lot of him in my youth. I want to, train him right.
Which goes again into the whole like it's nothing new. It's just another character with the same type of background. That's why I don't think Clown Hunter's gonna last. That's why I don't think Punchline's gonna last.
Ooh.
Black Winter, I think is gonna last longer than Punchline, just because there's a lot more mystery behind it.
I don't know. For me personally, I read the Thor run and it didn't appeal to me.
Well, it wasn't like the main reason to get new, fresh characters is to actually kill off the older ones and again, to have that fresh take on the story.
Perfect example: Optimus Prime, Rodimus Prime. Kill one off to bring in a new generation.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to say that. I'm sorry.
I'm glad you had on that. That's great.
I had to say that. Sorry, that ruined childhood from that movie. I had to bring it back up in my therapy session.
Jeez.
But yeah, they're supposed to replace the older ones, so Batman wasn't supposed to be revived, how many times he's died, and they wanted to continue the story with a fresh new Batman or the Robin.
So
right?
So then let's assume this. Then let's go ahead and assume this. They kill off Joker. They kill off the 3 Jokers. They kill off all of the Jokers. Who's the next Joker? And will it be a version of a Joker, or would it be someone just as threatening but completely different?
You don't need a Joker replacement because, like you said previously, it all goes to storytelling, right?
True, very true.
So
very, very true.
You don't need another Joker replacement. You just need good storytelling.
Yeah.
One of the Jokers has a daughter, right? So why not make her the Joker?
Yeah, I just sold it in my sale.
Yeah, it reminded me of it.
Joker's daughter.
But
Actually, they brought in a daughter for all the villains in the next issue. They brought in a Penguin's daughter. They brought in of all the villains, all the Batman villains.
wait for Batman 100.
No, a long time ago, like in the 60s.
Oh wow. Well, you know what? I shouldn't be surprised because in the in Batman White Knight or Curse of the White Knight, Harley gives birth to Joker's twins.
Right.
So I shouldn't be surprised.
Which universe is that?
That's Sean Murphy. That's the Sean Murphy verse.
Let's go with someone like Underbroker, right? Past episodes, we've talked about how cool he looks, and we want to know more about this character, correct?
Like, I don't think I've heard from Underbroker in a couple of issues, right?
That's true, but I mean, he doesn't have to be some character that's completely being focused on.
That's true.
He can pop up in here and there,
That's true.
right?
Then yeah, you know what? Him being in the shadow, yeah, I'm all for
Yeah,
that
I mean,
because
that-
that's kind of how he was anyway.
Yeah.
He worked underground.
Now, as far as let's just throw out Codex and Virus. Virus, I'm not really a fan of him, but I could see if it's done right, he might have some sort of longevity. I don't know, but I do like Codex. I mean, let's just spoil it out.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. We all know now that Codex is Dylan Brock. In some other universe, is it the Ultimates universe? I'm not quite sure. I like the way Codex looks. I know that Luke said a couple weeks back he was not a fan. I like the way he looks. He's got this weird, like, mysterious look, and I like just the aesthetically. He looks badass to me personally.
Okay.
And I'll top it off with Robin King. I also like how Robin King looks. He fucking looks crazy.
He does.
I love how crazy he looks, and I hope that this is some sort of foil for like Teen Titans or something. He becomes like their nemesis for a few years.
Hold on, but he's Luke. Who's the Robin King again? Who's the Robin King?
It's Bruce Wayne.
It's Bruce Wayne. Yes. Yeah.
They're all Bruce.
Yeah, that is my only gripe about it. They should have had Robin King be one of the sidekicks. If it was Damian or even Dick Grayson, that would be kind of cool.
Then it would have been a parallel of like
Yeah.
Batman Who Laughs being the dark Bruce, and then like you could have a
Yeah.
dark Damian or a dark, whoever you want it to be. But
Aren't they all parallels though? If you think about it, like all of them, Dawnbreaker and the Flash version, they're all parallels of
Bruce
what
Wayne.
Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So overall, I'm just gonna say new characters. I'm all for it. I am a yay on that. E-Man, yay or nay? New characters.
Oh man, if it's only yay or nay. I told
Yeah.
you earlier I was indifferent.
Okay,
But if
take
we're going
indifferent.
in that direction, it's closer to a yay than a nay.
Luke, new
yeah,
characters. yay or nay?
I'm definitely a yay.
Okay. And Red.
I'm a yay.
All right, there we go.
You know what? I'm gonna just because I want to be rebellious. I'm gonna change mine to a nay.
You were on the nay side. You were a
Change it
bit
for
on
a
the nay
nay. Now it's 40-60 nay yay. There. Nah.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next topic for tonight, the entertainment news portion of the show. The biggest entertainment news that we all saw this week was the WandaVision trailer. So we wanted to give our opinions on the trailer and our reactions, really. Red, did you watch the trailer and what do you think about it?
I only saw it once. Kind of not knowing what's going on with the secondary characters they had on. I think when they were having dinner, who are they? And the only thing that excited me was they were in their original comic book costumes. I guess it was
cool.
like for Halloween.
Yeah, it looked like a Halloween scene.
Yeah, that looked great. That's all I can remember. But yeah, I was wondering who those two, the couple they're having dinner with.
I can tell you I'm intrigued, but I'm also confused, and I hope that that's not how this show is going to be, because it looked like she's jumping back from different sitcoms, and then like there's present day stuff, and they still need to explain whether or not Vision is dead or if she brought him back to life. I mean, those are the main things. Now, I know that there's some stuff that hardcore people who watched the trailer, you know, they paused and saw some spoilers or whatever, but I didn't do any of that.
Some Easter eggs.
Yeah, Easter eggs. Did you guys read up on any of that stuff?
I read briefly on some of the nods that this show is probably going to make to an X-Men storyline that happened in the mid-2000s.
Elaborate, please.
There's a few nods to the House of M storyline within the trailer. So, for example, when you see Wanda tipping over a wine bottle, pouring herself a glass, there's the name of the bottle itself is in French, but when you translate it, it translates to House of Murad or whatever the name of the label is. So,
Good catch.
Brian Michael Bendis actually caught that, and he posted that on his Twitter, and he was super excited about it. It's making a lot of nods to a lot of the comic book lore within Marvel. Right. So I think we're going to find a way for them to either introduce the X-Men, or this is the MCU's way of saying, hey, we haven't forgotten about you guys. Don't worry about it.
Overall, what did you think about the trailer?
I liked it. When I first saw it, I thought it was really fun. I really liked the Visions miniseries when it came out in 2016 or 17. That was a really fun read, and I saw some references to that comic, and I thought that was really cool. I like how weird it is. I like how I don't know anything about what's going on, but other than that, I don't even know if Wanda's really in this. I wonder if she's more of a figment of his imagination. So
Scarlet Witch, right? She's a chaos witch. Like, her power is she can take reality and make it anything she wants. So it's been speculated since the very beginning when they said WandaVision's coming out. Everybody said, this is just Scarlet Witch making an alternate reality into her ideal future. Yes, Vision is dead, he's gone, but is this just her warping it, like you said, into her own perfect future? And I'm really hoping it's not going to be that. I'm hoping they don't like get to the last episode and be like, haha, and like Jack closes his eyes or opens his eyes. But I hope they do it in the first episode. They get that out of the way. You know what I mean?
Right.
They get it out of the way where it's like, okay, like this was fake, haha. Now let's jump in and out and see what happened, because we are all dying for post-Endgame content, and I hope they tie this into that.
Remember this too. Scarlet Witch and Vision were both created in the MCU with the Mind Stone. So Wanda and Vision are tied together a lot more than we all really realize.
She was created. I don't remember that. She was created with the Mind Stone?
So the scepter was what the scepter was used to experiment on her and on her brother.
Her brother, yep.
So Wanda and Pietro were both enhanced humans in the MCU using the scepter. Well, we found out later on that the scepter is the Mind Stone, and the Mind Stone was what pretty much gave Vision his life after Thor went ahead and hit him with his lightning.
That's why she was able to destroy it.
Is this shit that comes off the dome, or like, did you research this?
No, this is shit that I know for a fact because I paid that much attention.
That was the whole.
That's what I'm like. Damn, dude.
Avengers 2.
Yeah, but Avengers. I mean, Avengers 2 wasn't that great, and I don't really remember that movie. So
Yeah, but
know what?
there's still a lot of information in the MCU movies that you really have to catch because you know it's going to carry into the future. So like that right there, they're both born out of the Mind Stone. So that's why I think they both have such a strong connection together. And that's why I think they're in this weird reality. My thoughts on what's happening here is that Vision's body is dead, but his mind is very much alive somewhere in the same way that Ultron is still alive in the MCU.
I
Just
see what you're saying.
Vision needs to find his way back.
It's
if
like
it
that
was-
movie Pleasantville, and then the other one by with John Ritter. Stay tuned.
Very
Oh,
much
stay
so.
tuned. Look
Yeah.
at this guy.
Very
Going
Yeah.
much so.
Deep cuts. Gee. Stay tuned.
Yeah, because pretty much they're in the television universe, and that I think Vision is kind of caught in I
In
guess
some
a
kind of
satellite,
universe.
some
Yeah.
kind of signal.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I feel like
they're
Vision is
flipping through channels, and then you get to this.
Oh my god. I'm still
this-
laughing about the stay tuned.
Beaver the Beaver.
deep cut.
Hey, that's a classic. That's an HBO classic.
Man, you just dropping dimes every episode. Mannequin. You know you gotta throw in the 80s movie every episode now.
I'm on that retro kick.
Mannequin, stay tuned. Yeah, dude.
Stay tuned is a deep cut. That is a deep cut, man.
It's one of the greatest John Ritter movies, next to Problem Child.
Oh God, Problem Child. Okay. Going back. So that's what my thought is. That Vision is stuck in some kind of purgatory, and he's trying to find his way back.
I mean, that's a very good theory. What would be crazier is if this really wasn't based off of that. It really wasn't Wanda's story, but Vision's story. That would be kind of cool.
I'm thinking that it is Vision's story. That's how I'm going into this show, as Vision's story. Keep in mind, this is the first MCU related TV show, official MCU related TV show. So they're going to have a lot to be able to tell. And that's why I'm looking forward to all of the official MCU TV shows.
Well,
because
and
there's so much
especially
story to
now
tell.
since Falcon and
Winter
his
Soldier.
Winter
name?
Soldier.
Yeah, it's been put on hold.
Yeah. Everything. COVID did that to everyone, man. Everything's on hold right now.
Well, no, not only that it's been put on hold, but it's been like put on hold, like no plans of coming back to finish it.
I think,
Wait,
no, I
what?
thought, I read that they're going to come back to it in February 2021.
Oh, okay, because I
Yeah.
heard that it was just there's no
Production's on
plans.
hold.
Yeah, they said He said nobody's heard anything on coming back. So
Yeah, I heard that they're going to
Damn.
go back to production in February 2021.
Well, because they're filming in Prague, right? Europe.
yeah, over
Ooh,
here.
that
somewhere.
I don't know. That I'm not sure.
They
They
even
were-
start the
Europe.
Loki show?
I don't know if they've started anything. I think November is the slate for first callbacks.
Luke, did you like the trailer?
I was super confused by it, and I just
Yeah, me
felt
too.
like it was all an illusion. I just felt like it was all a Scarlet Witch illusion. That there were a couple brief moments in it where it kind of zapped out of it, and I went, "Okay, something's going on." But other than that, it just felt like a big mind-altering illusion where she was taking reality and twisting it to her own will, which that's what she does because she's technically has the powers of a demon. So,
Yeah.
and that's what demons do. They give you, they caress you, give you what you want, and then close the trap. So that's what I was confused by it, and I think it's gonna be good, but I just hope they don't play us. I hope they answer the questions fast and then make it a good story.
I agree. I have to say I agree with that. So I think the overall consensus is we'll give it a shot, but we're all pretty much confused and don't really know what's going on. And I think they've done I think that was
their plan.
that was their plan.
It was Disney and Marvel's plan to just give you something.
It was totally their plan, and mission accomplished.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch it wholeheartedly. I'm
Oh, yeah.
excited. I mean, what's it gonna be on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's going to be
yeah.
on Disney Plus.
I mean, what has there been a single series on Disney Plus besides Mandalorian?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I want to say that Mandalorian is the first and only TV
Yeah.
show created for Disney Plus so far.
I mean, that's in like God status now. Like that's American culture canon practically in one, which is insane to think that they did that in 1 year.
Until they kill off Baby Yoda, but
The Child. The official name of
Child.
Baby Yoda is The Child.
He is officially he is bulletproof. He is
Honestly,
Yeah, I know.
I think
know. But
Disney
you-
messed up by bringing in Baby Yoda because he single-handedly took that show away from The Mandalorian. That show is no longer about The Mandalorian. It was all
yeah.
about Baby Yoda's survival.
Pedro Pascal is pretty pissed right now.
Why?
You didn't read? Yeah. So apparently, halfway through the taping, he decided he doesn't. He was pissed because he was like, "Listen, dude, I'm in this Mandalorian mask all the time. I want to start filming scenes showing my face." And I guess Disney wouldn't budge. I mean, this is all alleged rumors.
allegedly, yeah.
Yeah. And so he stormed off like midway through filming, and they had to like film around him.
Oh, I mean, like you can technically fit
Yeah.
anyone else in that because you aren't showing his face.
Yeah, I mean, you know, signing up for that show, he must have been told like, okay, listen, Mandalorians, they don't take their mask, and he probably agreed to that. But I mean, I can understand he wants to have his, he wants to be shown, he wants to be seen. You know, I mean,
Oh, no one recognizes him. He can
Yeah.
still walk down the street pretty anonymously.
so I
Wait, hold on. I think Prince Oberyn is big enough to a bunch of Game of Thrones fans out there where if he walks down the street, I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a small mob around him. Prince Oberyn.
Wasn't he
okay.
Agent? No, he wasn't Agent Pena, but he was on. I mean, I know him more for Narcos than Game
Yeah,
of
that
Thrones.
was more of a jab at it, kind of funny. But no, based solely on the Mandalorian, no one would recognize him from the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then yeah.
He doesn't want to get the James Earl Jones kind of status where, oh, you're the voice of that guy.
That would be, yeah, that's what he's afraid of. And he's probably not getting Baby Yoda money either.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you're saying the Mandalorian is to Eddie Murphy as the child is to the Golden Child, right?
There you go. There you go.
That the Golden Child took the show away from Eddie Murphy.
No, because the child itself in the Golden Child didn't take the scenes away from Eddie Murphy.
Now
Baby
you're
Yoda
reaching.
stole the scenes away from Pedro Pascal. The moment
You're-
Baby Yoda came in, and that's it. This show's no longer about you, Pedro. Sorry.
You're reaching, Red, with your '80s throwbacks. Here.
Hey,
He's trying, isn't
just
he?
making a comparison.
He's trying.
Yeah. All right, let's.
Well, Baby Groot didn't steal the scenes. I mean, they gave him some shine at the end.
He's not as cute though. I mean, come on.
Ooh,
Not
hold
even-
on.
not even
You said that
close.
out
Not
loud.
even
That
close.
hurts.
Hold on, wait a minute, baby. Hold on. All right, hold on. Maybe we should put this out there. All right, so everyone listening, I want you guys to do this on our IG. Baby Groot or the child, aka Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not the child, it's Baby Yoda.
Yeah, Baby Yoda.
The official word
Yeah,
is
send
that.
Send us a message. I'll post something soon, and you just put Baby Yoda
Just-
or Baby
Just
Groot.
do a survey. Just do a survey.
Do a survey, yeah. Red, throw a survey up on IG and Twitter if you could. All right, I want to know, Baby Groot or the child. See, look, I almost said it. The child. Who's cuter?
Who is cuter?
Who is cuter?
I mean, I know who it is. But...
Yeah, it's Baby Yoda. All right, let's move on to
Hairless Gizmo is what that thing is.
let's
Or-
move on to
How
the
about
next
Baby,
topic,
Baby
guys.
Sinclair from the Dinosaurs.
No, that kid was a troublemaker, man.
Look, you only have one 80s reference show, and that's
Yeah,
it.
dude,
Okay, just stop.
I give you props on the
All right,
80s
you're
reference,
good.
and
What-
now you just
Pick and choose, man. Don't ruin it for the future shows, okay? It's
right,
one
fine.
show, Red.
Assholes.
all right. let's move on to the next topic for entertainment news. John Cena will be starring in a Suicide Squad spin-off series, Peacemaker, on HBO Max. I'm fucking laughing because I know nothing about this fucking character, and he looks fucking goofy, man. I mean,
Is that a
damn.
Western? I think that's a Western, right? Peacemaker?
I don't know.
I don't
Okay,
know if it's a Western.
I can't. I'm throwing this out there as entertainment news, but I can't give you an opinion because I know nothing about this character other than what we saw for the DC fandom, and he just looks goofy. So
I think that's the point.
So is this going to be a comedy action movie?
It is. Jim Lee even said something. He said, "Get ready for, the hijinks."
Okay.
So based off of that, maybe this is DC's answer to Deadpool.
No way.
Okay, huh. DC Films or DC Studios answer to
Let me
Deadpool.
read you what Jim Lee posted.
Okay.
Y'all, okay. This is straight from his Instagram. It says $CK, it's Peacemaker. And then Jim Lee said, "Y'all are in for so much fun and douchebaggery."
Yeah, Deadpool. It sounds like
sound like
DC's
Deadpool.
answer to Deadpool.
I think it is.
Okay.
I think it is. But less silly probably and more like Homelander from The Boys style douchebaggery, I'm thinking.
Oh,
I can see that.
Okay. Douchebaggery, yes, but hijinks, it sounds a lot more like Deadpool.
Sorry, I added hijinks. He didn't write hijinks.
Oh, see, I'm hoping. Okay, if it's douchebaggery, then
He
yeah,
wrote
I'm
fun
thinking,
and douchebaggery.
I'm
really
Homelander.
feeling it's going to be like Homelander because Homelander is obviously the biggest douchebag of all superheroes in comics.
I'll give it a shot because I have HBO Max, but my expectations are very low on this show. And I will tell you it's because I don't know anything about John Cena other than like him as a wrestler, and he does this little hand face thing that he does.
I like how all three of us did it at the same time on video. So Luke's not even looking, but all three of us. Wait, John Cena does this hand thing.
You can't see me.
You can't see me.
Yeah, that exactly. He does this. You can't see me.
Who are
thing.
you, Drac?
And so, I mean, I stopped watching wrestling when he was around, so I don't even know if he's. I mean, he's built like a tank, but watching those clips that I saw at the DC Fandom, he looked pretty stiff. So I don't know if he's got a lot of athletic ability, if he's just too muscular to move around correctly. I don't know.
He's very muscular.
He's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, he's built like a superhero if you think about
Yeah.
it, right? He's built like what a Rob Liefeld superhero would look like in real life, right? His movies may be entertaining, but I don't think he's got the acting ability to pull something, I'm going to say, on this scale off. Because DC feels like they're trying to put something forth that's huge and fun and in your face and brr. I think it's just DC Films and HBO and Warner Brothers who are jumping the gun and saying, "Hey, we need to make something right now, right away." And that feels like typical Warner Brothers fashion. Make something out of something right now and hurry up and do it.
Luke, what are your opinions on it? Show. I mean, you gonna watch it? Do you
The
think it's
Peacemaker?
terrible? Yeah.
Oh, I'm 100% going to watch it. I think it's going to be more of a comedy. I think it's going to be a fun romp. Yeah, it'll be hilarious. I mean, that helmet looks so ridiculous.
So his acting ability does not concern you at all?
I think they specifically chose him because of his acting ability. Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm all in for it.
I'm all in, but I'm not, like I said, my expectations for this show are very low. I know nothing about John Cena. I've never watched any of his movies. Like I said, all I saw were from the clips of the Fandom. He looked a little stiff on the scenes that they showed, but it could be just because they're all behind the scenes stuff. Red, your thoughts on John Cena? I know you're the wrestling guy in the group, so I'm assuming...
Well, not E-Man, not Luke, not you.
You're the bigger wrestling guy. You actually kept
Yeah.
up with it. I didn't. I fell off after the
I fell off
Attitude
after-
Era.
Yeah, I fell off after NWO, so...
Oh shit. Okay. I'll watch it definitely. If wrestlers or athletes / actors have to start out somewhere. The Rock started with Scorpion King. Dave Bautista started with Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a good way to start. And then there's Hulk Hogan. You started somewhere, right? And Tiny Lister. He played Debo on Friday.
He was not a wrestler first, though. He was an actor first.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was an
Oh, wow.
he was an actor first, and I think he started in No Holds Barred first before he jumped to the
Yeah.
WWF.
Okay.
So he was an actor first.
Hey, they got to work on their craft. As long as it's a good movie and those directors can direct the wrestler to do something right, it'll work out.
All right, there you go, guys. So that's our opinion on John Cena. E-Man is a hard no. I am possible. I'll give it a shot. Red will give it a shot, and Luke is open to give it a shot as well. Looks like E-Man is the negative Nancy of tonight's episode. So
I am, aren't I? Forget that guy, man. Never listen to him again.
all right, let's move into the final segment for tonight. Our pickups of the week. Red, looks like you're waving something. So is that your pickup of the week, or
No,
what
not
is
my
that?
pick of the week, but my vote for the week is Baby Groot. Baby Groot.
Oh,
Gotcha.
wait, no,
Baby
no,
Groot.
you cannot manipulate our listeners by saying that, sir. Put
Baby
that
Groot.
thing away.
Vote
You know,
Baby
hey,
Groot.
you have to let them make their own decisions. It's either Baby Groot or the child.
Baby Groot.
Hey. All right, Red. What are your pickups of the week?
No, nothing yet. I've been working overtime, so no pickups for me.
Okay, Luke, what'd you grab?
This was the week that made up for the past 3 weeks. All of the books came into the shop, and then to top that off, my shop seriously hooked me up with a Star Wars Kanan 1 through 12 at cover price.
Oh, nice.
What?
So I am like over the moon.
Oh
to read.
my god, you should be, man. That's awesome.
Well, I spend enough there, so. But it's Speed Metal came out this week. Great read. Speed Metal was a good one. The Peach Momoko, also the 125, is a beautiful cover.
Were you able to get that?
I didn't buy it. My shop still has 2 copies of it sitting there. The problem is both of them have a spine break in the exact same spot.
Oh,
And it's not a spine tick. It's a spine break, where it looks like the whole book was popped in half. Probably in shipping, sadly. So I was like, they wanted 30 for it, and I passed, even though it kind of broke my heart because I really wanted to get it. But the new ASM, they did a great thing. It's called Heroes at Home. Did you guys see these?
no.
No.
They did this with all the titles. They're called Heroes at Home, and it's basically just showing the heroes doing stuff that they would do kind of in quarantine, kind of just
Oh shit.
kind of connecting with the fans, like, hey, you're at home, you were stuck at home for a while. And so that's Peter baking some scones. And then there's an Immortal Hulk one. So Amazing Spider-Man 48 is a great one. Batman 99, killer clown killer cover. That's a beautiful cover. Make sure to pick that one up if you guys can. Loving those character covers.
My my LCS still has like 10 of them. That cover is absolutely gorgeous with Clown Killer on it.
Isn't it
Hunter.
great?
Clown
It
Hunter.
really
Clown
is.
Hunter.
It almost looks like a Matina cover, but it's not Matina's work. It looks great.
Wait, that's
Here's that Alex Ross one.
Ooh.
that
The
one's
timeless one. The timeless covers they're just beautiful. They're so gorgeous. No bad things to say about those timeless covers. In fact, the Silver Surfer cover may be. Here's the Immortal She-Hulk. That's my pick of the week. That is a beautiful She-Hulk. But check out the Silver Surfer
That
cover.
Silver Surfer
Yeah.
cover is awesome. What book is this?
Antithesis number 2, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic
Antithesis.
Four. Yeah.
I read it. There's no actual first appearance in it. I'm kind of confused on people saying there was a first appearance in this issue, Fantastic Four Antithesis number 2. Unless it's that character on the very last page that might be a cameo character, but I'm not sure. But Annihilus is obviously not a new character. But great week for pickups. I picked up some good books from estate sales. Obviously, I love going around. I picked up a Thanos Quest first print and a Carnage Mind Bomb.
Oh, man.
So this week's giveaway for me is going to be, I know we do a bunch of giveaways on the podcast, but this week's is going to be, I'm going to give away 2 $5 credits to 2 listeners to come check out my sales. I just want you to come hang out. Even if you don't buy anything, then you can use this credit to pick out a book and start reading. So go check out our page on Facebook, C-List Villains, our page, and then also my group, RKFA Comics. Check that out. And then the winner, I will message the code to use to redeem on any one of my sales.
$5 can go a long way, especially with the books he's selling.
Yes, it can.
Wow.
Hey, you heard about his $2 sales, you guys. So you might be able to pick up a nice,
Yeah, you
a
might be able to
really
pick up
nice
something cool.
book, maybe 2 of them, right? With that $5 credit. And
Those
it'll be
hidden
worth your while.
keys are right there.
Hidden
gems,
keys.
hidden gems.
Hidden gem cell. That's right.
What about you, E-Man? What'd you pick up?
I picked up a few books this week. Quite a few, actually. This is kind of a big week for me. First and foremost, I went ahead and picked up Ice Cream Man 20, the Dr. Seuss cover. I found someone online and he was selling it at a good price. So shout out to my friend Andrew at Cuckoo's Comics. Cuckoo's is spelled Kukus Comics, one word. He's got his IG page, and he's selling quite a few books on there, man. You guys should check him out. He's got a lot of keys on there that I'm pretty sure people are hunting down. So check out at Cuckoo's Comics on IG. He hooked it up, man. Good guy. Also picked up Dragon New Dawn #2. This is that Power Ranger book. I picked up the Green Psycho variant from our friend Chris over at Wicked Gator Comics. And then I went ahead and picked up Ten of Swords.
Oh, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, that's right. I went ahead and picked up Ten of Swords Creation. I picked up cover A and the 1 per store variant. Venom 28. Picked up Dark Knight's Death Metal Speed Metal. I have to disagree. See, look at that. I'm being the negative Nancy this week. I have to disagree with Luke. I did not like this read. I don't know why. I just didn't like it.
What question on that book? I did not pick it up because it just seemed like if I don't read it, will I not understand the next issue of Death Metal, or is it?
It's setting something up with Wally and with Barry. Mostly with Wally. It feels like another Flashpoint. Like,
because I passed
reset.
on it. I'm like, I'm not a Flash fan, so I didn't really need to.
I picked it up just to continue on because I told you I'm going to continue on with Death Metal. I don't know. I am the negative Nancy this week. I just didn't think it was that good of a read myself. But that's just me. I picked up Batgirl 49, covers A and B. I picked up Gideon Falls 25, Wind #4. That's going to be my read of the week. I'm really enjoying Wind. And it's coming down to the final issue with issue 5 next month. I really enjoyed it. I know, AJ, you mentioned that you're like, it's all right. Sometimes you just need some nice and fluffy, I'm telling you.
You should read Kanto then if you like that.
Yeah,
kind of
you mentioned Kanto. I'm going to look into that. I picked up a new book from Boom Comics called The Unkindness or An Unkindness of Ravens #1. High school girls, it's pretty much the craft. Girl goes missing, a new girl comes into town, and the new girl looks like the girl that's missing, and there's all this weird stuff that happens. I'm going to jump on this journey and see how that goes. And I picked up in ASM #1, the first appearance of Cindy Moon. I found it. I also picked that one up from Chris at Wicked Gator Comics. So he is selling it at a pretty good price. And I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and add it just because my friend Luke said, go get it. And I went ahead and got it.
How much was he selling it for? Okay, all right.
Not triple digits, I hope.
No. It was a J. Scott Campbell variant. So that helps with, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
That's it right there. Those are my picks of the week.
Okay. I also picked up An Unkindness of Ravens, and like E-Man said, it is very much the craft, right? Is that what the high school? Yeah.
It feels like the craft.
You know what? I'm not into these YA comic book storylines. I'm not into them. It's like, oh, okay. And I wanted to like it because it's Dan Panosian, and I like his art. I'm not familiar with his writing, but I wanted to pick it up and see if I liked it. I don't think I'll pick up the next issue on it, though. I read it, the first issue, and I don't know, high school angst stuff.
We're over it.
Yeah.
We're done with that.
Been there, done that. You've already seen it. Let's get through it.
Yeah.
I just want to see what the correlation is between the girl that's missing and the girl that shows up,
Gotcha, yeah.
So that's kind of like what the plot is right now.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I mean,
Yes.
I am reading Deadly Class, and I know it's a high school of assassins, but I've been reading that since
That's the
day
cool
one.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised none of you guys picked up Juggernaut. I picked up Juggernaut #1.
Yeah, I didn't pick that one. I saw
No?
it. There was a lot of them at the LCS. Yeah, I didn't. It's a one shot too, isn't it?
I don't know for sure. I thought it was going to be like at least a mini series because it doesn't have an ending to it. There's more to what happens on it. But I liked it. It's a I don't want to say a different take on Juggernaut only because I don't know much about him. I always just kind of thought of him as, just this dumb brute. But this one's giving him a little bit more depth. It's definitely at least worth picking up just to find out what's going on with this character.
It looks like it's going to be a miniseries. I'm looking at Marvel.com, and there's at least a 1, 2, and a 3 coming out.
Okay. Yeah. So for anyone who wants a short investment on reading, read the first issue if you like it. If it's a 3 to 5 issue series, I'll definitely pick up the series just to finish it off. And lastly, I picked up Venom 28. We all discussed it earlier. I like the big little twist that Codex is Dylan. I didn't like that Virus was Scorpion, though.
Okay, thank you for bringing that up. I was expecting so much more out of Virus, but for him to be the Scorpion, I don't know. I don't even know why they chose Scorpion, but I guess we're going to have to trust Dan Slott, right?
Donny Cates.
So I guess we're going to have to trust Donny Cates, right?
We're leaving that on. We're leaving that. We're leaving that. We're leaving that.
That was great.
You know, I was disappointed on the reveals. I'm okay with the Codex being Dylan Brock, but I was really hoping that if Codex was not Lee Price, then at least let it be Virus, and it wasn't. But they didn't, and I'm like, shit, they didn't bring back Lee Price. That's the only disappointment I had on that. Other than that, I thought the read was good. I'm looking forward to the King in Black.
How did you like Juan Gedion's art? They did a little switch, right?
Yeah, so is it where Ryan Stegman is the main artist, but then these smaller storylines, they use different artists?
I guess so, and give Steggy time to do the bigger storylines.
Issue 30 is Ivan Coelho. I hope I'm saying that name correctly. And I love his art, so I'm all for that. So I'm assuming 29 is going to be Juan Gedion, and then that might end this future Venom storyline thing, and then 30 will be another storyline, I'm assuming.
I think so. I mean, I don't know if the Codex thing, how long they're going to milk the Codex thing for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, issue 28, he seemed like a whiny teenager in the form of a world-dominating super leader.
I can see that. I can see that.
He did.
Yeah.
It was honestly a little disappointing to me.
Does that devalue that Free Comic Book Day book because the way it was revealed?
It depends on the market, man. Other people might have loved it. So
I think that Virus may not be spec worthy, but I still believe that Codex can be. But that's just my opinion.
Or you're saying that Venom doesn't have his Rogue Squad, right? Who's to say that Venom Scorpion isn't the first one?
Yeah, I mean, or like it's kind of weird because at the end of I think it was Venom 25 when they had that double page splash, they showed Virus, right? And it shows the character like taking off the helmet. So I kind of felt like, was that going to be a scene later on? But obviously now if he's this Scorpion Venom, is he going to revert back to Virus later on?
Well, the Codex destroyed all of his. Just Codex destroyed the suit unless he rebuilds it. But
that's
the suit is gone, destroyed.
Well, you see part of the suit like on a table and they were examining it. So
Yeah.
that's why I was thinking maybe it might have. Okay, it's a part for sure. Is it destroyed? Maybe not 100%. I'm thinking that they might be able to put the suit back together in one way or another, especially since it's Stark Tech, right?
Well, but then Scorpion shows up at the end, right? And then he's like, there's the panel with the helmet crushed.
Oh, okay.
It's gone.
Yeah, the helmet is crushed. That's right.
And then he's like, Scorpion, I'm back. And now he's back in Scorpion Land.
That's what confused me because on that Venom 25 last page double splash, I thought we were going to see all those scenes that they showed on there, but if they're never bringing back Virus, then that scene was kind of a fake out, I guess.
It was. And yeah, because Scorpion's now here. I think they're doing kind of a Game of Thrones thing. You know what I mean? Like killing off characters and just bringing in new ones and just doing it. Just going for it, not holding back. Which isn't bad. It's kind of like Black Winter here and gone in 2 issues. And Virus here and gone in 2 issues.
Yeah. You know,
what are they? I mean, 2 issues. 2 awesome characters.
I know.
Here and gone in 2 issues.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty odd. One thing I wanted to say about that King in Black storyline that's coming out in December. Noel better kill some people. He better kill some, like, maybe not top tier A level, but at least B level characters. I mean, they're hyping this guy up to be so powerful. He better kill people, right?
At least, yeah, and someone big.
Yeah,
someone big.
If the whole storyline he kills no one, the hype for this character it was an utter failure. He's got to kill someone.
Well,
Utter failure.
well, there's okay. So it seems like Noel's going to end up crossing over into some of the Marvel books this coming December.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to end up doing some pretty major damage throughout the Marvel universe, not just in Venom's world, but Marvel itself. So yeah, I'm expecting major players to die. I'd like to see Colossus die in X-Men. Just put that man to rest, please.
He's died before, though.
Well, kill him again.
Go ahead, kill the guy again.
Do it again. I'm just saying, yeah, he's gonna change the face of Marvel, I think, this coming December. So I'm with you too, AJ, man. I'm hoping that Null just does some major damage.
Yeah. All right, I think that was the end of the episode for tonight, guys. We want to thank all our listeners again. Obviously, follow us on all the social medias. We've got a phone number.
209-975-7597. 209-975-7597.
There you go. Thanks again, guys, and have a good night. Thanks again for listening to another episode of the C-List Villains Podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and Spotify. All you got to do is search for C-List Villains. If you want to send us an email, you can contact us at clistvillains@gmail.com. And make sure you follow Luke Weeks on Facebook and Instagram, and join his Facebook group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics, also known as RKFA Comics. I'm your host, AJ, and you can find me on Instagram, AJ the Comic Collector. Thank you, and see you next episode.